Hello YouTube, and hello to everybody that might view this video or not. So I'm the face behind the Wandering Path channel, and I've been posting quite a lot of like AI generated kind of content. So I thought I would do a little video just as myself, really, you know. And I think this is a nice place, a nice safe space, I think, to be able to rant about things that are going on in the world, things about, you know, certainly other YouTube videos perhaps, and you know what seems to be quite prolific out there at the moment. So I'm kind of 51 years old, and I'm based in the UK. As you can see, it's a bit cloudy, and but I'm hoping this weekend will be nice. So this is kind of a video, I guess, to as a log, I suppose, because it would be really interesting to see what things are like, maybe, you know, 5 or 10 years from now, and it's 2025, and for many of us, most of us in the UK, it's April, and we've had a pretty much a big rise in our kind of everyday expenses. Things like water rates has gone up, council tax has gone up, businesses are being asked to pay more, national insurance for their staff, and there's been a lot of businesses closing as a result of that. Because they just can't afford to operate anymore. Pretty much, you know, pretty much everything's gone up, and now the government are now looking to go after the welfare state, you know, so things like people that are on benefits and stuff, they're getting hammered. So there's going to be a lot more poverty, basically. And it'd just be interesting, really, to see kind of, you know, how this pans out. Really, it's a simple thing. The rich are getting richer. They're squeezing more out of the poor. They're squeezing more out of the working class. They're squeezing more out of the upper working middle class kind of people that are have got professional jobs. You know, people like IT professionals, doctors, all that sort of stuff, and it's just a constant squeeze to see how much they can squeeze out of society, really, and where is it going to end, really, is the question. And what's it like? And what's it like for you? Lucky for us, I mean, we both work in IT with tech fields. We've worked from home. So luckily, we're not having to spend out on expenses and travelling, that sort of stuff. We don't have a mortgage, you know, and we've really benefit. I say I live with my partner, and she's managed to pay off her mortgage quite early, in our 50s. I've sold my house because there's no point in us having two houses, because it's just pointless. So we're mortgage free, and you know, and it's and for us, it's everything. Yeah, everything's getting more expensive. But it must be more, you know, people out there that are being crucified with mortgages, mortgage bills, rent, and they've got bills on top of that which are going up as well, and it's becoming to a point. So what's the point of bloody working, you know? And it kind of, yeah, it just kind of makes you wonder, you know, where is the line? Where is the line where it gets where people say enough is enough, really, you know? When is that going to happen, if it will happen? Or are we so divided in this country that we just can't come together for whatever reason, you know? UK is in a terrible state, not only with, you know, personal for a lot of people, but just services as well. Services are being cut, things like councils, the state of Birmingham at the moment. They've got a bin crisis going on at the moment where the council workers have gone on strike for about 4 weeks, and so there's rats. Rats the size of dogs, rats the size of pigs, they say, but it's a slight exaggeration, I think. Rats the size of maybe a small cat, perhaps. But yeah, it's not looking good, really, is it? It's a terrible situation. Our NHS is crumbling. I haven't been to the dentist in 10 years, because I got fired from my last dentist because the last NHS dentist I had, the actual guy that was seeing me, he decided to go private, and there was nobody to take his place, so I've not seen a dentist. Luckily, I'm okay. I've not, needed to go and see a dentist, so I'm okay there. But I don't want to get sick either, so so I'm doing everything I can to ensure that I stay out of hospital, really. I don't know if you can see the dog in the background. He's just come out. Hey, Sam. That's Sam. He's just in the background. He's just chilling out in the sun. So yeah, it just kind of the mood of the nation, isn't it? The mood of the nation just seems very despondent, really, at the moment. And it's not, is it just the UK? Possibly not. Across Europe as well. It's a worrying kind of situation, really, of where is this going to end up, whether the governments will actually step in and start taxing the wealth and not the workers more to balance, to balance it a bit, or whether they'll just sit by and do nothing and just let everything pretty much, turn to rack and ruin, really. And who knows, Europe will become the new Africa. Will they step in and do anything? It's unlikely, and the reason I say that is because it's getting to a point where the governments have been owned by billionaires, and they're just going to continue to squeeze that money, so they can become richer and richer, and they want everything. It seems the message that I'm reading, and I don't know if it's true, whether they want to take everything, literally everything, and then when they've got everything, when there's nothing more to take, what are they going to do then? Are they going to start taking from other rich people? Are they going to start attacking them, attacking each other, or the rich billionaires? Are they going to start squabbling against them, And then what? It's not looking particularly favourable, I've got to say, but I hope I'm wrong. I really do. The economic state, the way it is at the moment, I hope that in 5-10 years things will be better for most people, because we shouldn't be living like this. We shouldn't be. There's so much poverty. There's so much, disarray. So much hatred to the government. Really, it's just shocking. It's not good. It's not a. And all the, like I say, services are cut. The roads are not being repaired properly. Seaside towns and cities are board. There's a lot more boarded shops now. There's a lot more businesses that just can't seem to function. And yeah, it's not a great situation. So we've got Labour at the moment, and Keir Starmer, and Rachel from Accounts, and all they seem to do is just take. It's not sustainable. I mean, something's got to give. But the more we're divided, it's not going to happen. We need to. It needs to be a general stance against this, a pushback, really, to say, this is not acceptable. And who knows, who knows how that can happen, how we can make it happen. But I just kind of wanted to do this video on this channel because this channel isn't monetized, and I doubt if it ever will be, and it's fine, it's absolutely fine. But the way they treat the elderly, the sick, the disabled, the craziness that goes on, the policing, the two-tier policing system, where people are getting arrested for think crime, ridiculous stuff, people are, there's reports of, 6 officers turning up for some house to arrest somebody over an incident, on a few comments made on a WhatsApp group. It's, when on earth did we ever get to a place in, this is 2025, for God's sake. I honestly thought things would get better, start to get better, And then we got President Trump in the US, and how's that all working out for you guys over there? If any of you are kind of watching from the States, I'd be really interested to know how you feel over there. Because we watched the live stream from Donald the other evening with his regards to his tariffs, and when he stood up and he talked to the people, he talked to the fellow Americans and said how they're gonna make the United States great again and make it prosperous and bring prosperity back into the US, and it sounded like everything that we want to hear, bringing production back into the country, bringing more jobs and more opportunities for factory workers and people that actually create good stuff, and to start making things back in the States, producing back in the States instead of buying it from abroad all the time, and he said some really good stuff that I hope that he kind of meant it, really, because it sounded fantastic, and we could do with some of that over here, to be honest. But anyway, I'm just keen to understand what you guys feel about everything, about how you kind of feel about the vibrations of where you're living. Some of you may feel it more than others, some of you may be quite ignorant to it, not ignorant, I don't know if that's the right word, but just kind of let it wash over you, and and ignorance is bliss, that's the word I was looking for. Ignorance is bliss, and that's a lovely place to be, but is it kind of reality? It's so I just thought I would do this short video just to say hi to all you guys that I've got 14 subscribers. Thank you so much to you people that have subscribed, and that's lovely. And it's and I do have some other channels which one of which is monetized, but it doesn't really do a lot, to be honest. I've never really been a YouTuber. It's not my strong point, I must admit. But yeah, it just seems every day, isn't it? Every day we hear something more crazy in the news, or something's being banned, or because we also have a camper van, and we like to go out. We do stay at a lot of sites in our camper van, but we do also like to sometimes not, and that seems to be getting harder and harder in the UK in terms of being able to park freely. It just seems that a lot of it seems to be we're being trained to accept less, to be able to have less. as like I say, it just seems to be, all these crazy things that are going on just seems to just fall into the new norm, and it's you know, it's, I mean, at what point does it end really? At what point do the nations stand up and say, and I guess I'm including Europe in this as well, you know, and I'm not advocating any kind of violence or anything like that. That's not really the answer. But just somehow we can come together and just say, enough's enough. Really, this is just crazy. You know, we've got to send a message really to these people to say no. But anyway, happy Friday. I'm currently working from home. I've got my machine, my system on. I thought I'd come out and just do a where are we at 16-minute video, just talking about this and just kind of, you know, introduce myself really and just say hi to you guys. I'm going to take half a day today because I've been working a lot of evenings this week because I do a lot of out of hours kind of technical related kind of work, so I'm having a easy day today. And but yeah, I just thought I would kind of have this little chat with you guys and just see what you all think. And for all of you that are new to the channel, welcome. You know, it's always nice to have newcomers, and it's always nice to kind of, you know, have a debate, facilitate comments. So do feel free to tell me in the comments how things are affecting you in this current climate, really. Yeah, I'd be really interested to know. But anyway, lovely chatting to you, and I'll no doubt see you in another video when no doubt when more craziness hits the news. Because it's pretty nuts, isn't it? It's pretty nuts out there. Anyway, have fun, guys. See you in the next one. Bye for now.